true, but broke doesn't buy anything. I am a financial strategist and insurance professional, and I serve entrepreneurs and enterprises who want to properly protect, distribute, and transfer their wealth so they can build a legacy and create generational wealth. This is an incredible conversation. I told Eric before we went on camera, I said, you gave me a law ball. So if any of you know the game, baseball, softball, if they serve you up a law ball, what are you going to do? That batter is going to lean back and they're going to knock it over the park, right? So today is going to be, as you know, as always, a gloves off conversation. But I need your permission to be real. I need your permission to kind of expand your thinking, because some of the things I'm going to say may make you a little bit uncomfortable. So please give me permission. If I have your permission, give me a 1 in the chat. Otherwise, I'll give you the rainbows and butterfly conversation. But you didn't get up at this early in the morning to get the rainbows and butterfly conversation. I'm pretty sure you came here to get the real deal. Okay, I see some ones. That's so great. So listen, folks, when we're talking about our wealth, right, we're talking about creating a financial legacy for our generations, for our families. We have to stop just thinking about ourselves. We have to start thinking past our wallet, past our bills, and start thinking about what can we pour into future generations. So I'm going to give you 3 golden nuggets on what to stop, okay? 3 golden nuggets, what to stop doing. We've already had generational poverty. We've already seen what that does. So we got to stop leaving generational poverty for the next generation. We got to start creating that generational wealth. And what do we do? How do we do that? We have to leave our wealth and we have to leave our wisdom to the next generation. That's what the rich and wealthy do. They don't just leave money, they leave their wisdom, their knowledge for the future generation. And they create their family bank. Imagine your children or your grandchildren where they never have to go in to take a loan. They never have to worry about a credit card. They never have to worry about their credit score. Imagine that. Well, we can create that. It's a family dynasty. So we got to think beyond just paying off our bills and pumping up our IRAs and 401ks. Number 2, we have to stop celebrating getting our own money back. Oh my goodness. We have to stop celebrating getting our own money back. And this is what I mean by that. We can have wealth without risk. I know we've been kind of bamboozled to think that there's no wealth without risk. But I'm going to push back, and I'm not gently pushing back. I'm going to push back hard on that. You can absolutely grow your money without ever having to worry about risking your principal. And you know what? The traditional industry doesn't want you to know that. They want you to think that you have to accept the ebbs and the flows, the stock market's ups and down. And if you like that, listen, if that's for you, then I get it. But if you want an alternative, I'm telling you, you can grow your money without ever having to risk your money. Number 3, okay, I'm going to circle back to this one. It is the wall of wealth. Stop avoiding building your wall of wealth. And what is the wall of wealth? You hear me talk about it all the time. It is really order of operations, because many well-meaning families are working hard and they're doing things financially to get ahead. But unfortunately, they're putting on the roof and the windows before they ever lay a proper foundation. Well, the wall of wealth is really order of operations. Look, I took algebra, 9th grade algebra many times. I didn't really learn a lot from it, but that's one thing I learned is we have to go in order. The first layer in the wall of wealth is your health insurance, your life insurance, and your disability insurance. We don't pass go. We don't collect $200 until we put that in place. And let me share with you what I mean by that. If I could tell you a quick story. So many people look at their health insurance and they just accept what it is. As long as they get a doctor appointment and an annual checkup, they think they're good. But many people don't understand the difference of understanding your health insurance. And a lot of times an HMO in the US, I don't know other countries, but in the US, that's called a health maintenance organization. And that's fine if you're there for maintenance. But what? We don't have our health insurance for maintenance. Folks, this is so critical. Because if you needed a specific doctor or hospital, but you can only go to the doctors and hospital in that organization, and you needed that special doctor, that special surgery or treatment to save your life or to save the life of your spouse or your children, Would you sell your home? Would you liquidate your 401k? Would you borrow money? Would you do whatever you could to get that information, to get that doctor? Well, you know what? People come to me all the time when they pick the wrong type of health insurance. I have a client right now who is looking at where can she get money. She can't borrow it from her home because it's a long story, but she can't borrow it from her home. She doesn't have a 401k or an IRA. She has a pension. She didn't save a whole bunch of money. She has the wrong type of health insurance, and now she has stage 4 cancer, trying to get access to Stanford. Listen, folks, we have to be more proactive. We have to stop pretending like things are okay. I understand that it's uncomfortable, but I promise you, I will make it painless. Because if we don't look towards our money, then that means we're looking away from it. And we won't get wealthy that way. We just won't. And here's the last thing I will say in closing is remember, wealth takes time, but money likes speed. So if this is resonating with you, I ask you, I implore you to take quick action. Take quick action and have somebody help you. You got to look at this stuff. That's the only way we're going to transfer wealth to the next generation. We got to stop giving back our money. We got to stop losing money. We got to start looking towards our money. And by the way, stop cleaning your house before the housekeeper comes. I know your financial house is a little messy. It's okay. I promise you will be okay. With that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. Wow, that was a TED Talk early in the morning. I love your analogy about the house cleaning. We do that a lot, right? We just analyze. Okay, well, before I call her, I need to get my ducks in a row. No, call her so she can help you get your ducks in a row. So awesome. Appreciate that, Leah. We got so many nuggets right there. All right, folks. So I want you folks to, well, number one, let us know you're here, because I see a lot of people that haven't put a comment here. Tell us where you're calling in from today. And then put your question in, because we are going to answer your questions in a little bit. All right. Okay. Welcome, Ardelia. I see you. I see you, Coral. I see you, Fumilayo. I see a lot of people jumping on, but they haven't put their haven't made a comment. So you want to make your comment. Okay, so we're going to keep on going from California. We're going to come to the East Coast to Maryland, and we're going to hear from my good friend in Maryland. She is a gratitude consultant, okay? And she is one of the best in the world at helping people build business relationships and maintain them, right? A lot of people, they go online and they're just trying to find people, right? And they'll say, hey, are you interested in my offer? Hey, what about you, right? But they don't build any relationships. And the relationship, that's where it's at, right? That's where it's at. So she will help you do that. So without further ado, I'm going to go to one of my great friends up there in Maryland, Amberly Shreve. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric. And it is such a pleasure to be here with each and every one of you this morning. And, this topic, not only because I know and love Leah so much, but this topic is so near and dear to my heart. And it wouldn't be me if it wasn't raw and real and sharing with you guys my life and some of the things that Benny and I have been through. So many of you who are new here today, Benny is my husband. I call him Benny. And you guys, we did a lot of stupid in our 20s. I mean, we did, right? We weren't thinking about future. We were in the glory days, y'all. We were living our best life. We were doing all the things, right? And then we woke up one day and we're like, dang, we have debt. We are living beyond our means. What are we doing? So you guys, we had to get it together. We didn't have Leah at the time, so we had to figure it out. And you start messy and you start icky and whatever it is, but you have to start. So if that's picking up the phone, if it's calling Leah, whatever you need to do, you need to get your whole pile of papers, get all your junk. There is no judgment. You just show up for yourself. And it's hard, but it feels better when you have the plan, when you understand what the overall outcome is, what you want to achieve. You got to do the hard things, you guys. You have to do it. And I don't know that there are a lot of people that I would trust out there, including Leah, with our futures. So I would make sure that if you're struggling in this area, you need to get with her and make sure that you understand what your future holds. It's really, really important. So for us, we did several things that took us where we needed to be. Number one, we started on a family budget that worked for us, not what works for somebody else. You need to sit down and figure out what works for you and your family. You need to establish some sort of emergency fund, right? You need to eliminate debt. You guys, you got to get rid of the debt. I mean, it's going to like eat you alive. It's going to be like a vice around your neck. You got to get rid of it. You know, you want to invest in your future. Leah's going to tell you the same thing. You have to invest not only in yourself, but in your future. Generate multiple streams of income. Whatever that is for you, it's got to be coming from other places. You're going to protect your assets, and you have to learn financial literacy. I know Leah has stuff all the time that she's putting on her shows. She has all types of things. There's lots of stuff out there. Educate yourself to help your family. Somebody's got to take the lead, you guys. Someone has to take the lead, and it's going to be you. So do it today. Don't wait until tomorrow. It has to be done today. This is how I built relationships with so many incredible financial people, because I chose to do the hard work. I chose to keep in touch with them. I chose to make sure that I built a connection with them. I chose to make sure that it was a priority for me. So if you are also looking for different ways to connect with people, how to stay in touch with people, how to build your relationships, then let's have a conversation and see what that looks like. Look, day in and day out, we are working on all aspects, all areas of our life. You're working on your spiritual health, your financial health, your mental health, your physical health, just your overall business health. And believe it or not, it all intertwines together. Anybody that tells you, oh, this separation and not okay. I don't know about you guys. My life is not balanced. It is everything all the time, here and there. It's messy, icky, all over the place. And that's real talk. And we figure it out, right? So some days it might look like, okay, we need to focus on more financial stuff today, or tomorrow, okay, we need to focus more on spiritual health because I'm not in a great place today, and I just need prayer. That's exactly what I need today. So start from today. Figure out what is important to you and your family, nobody else. Do not let people interfere, and take the steps not only for yourself, but for your future and your children's children and so on. Okay, it's so important. You have resources. You have people that care about you. You have people that can help you make a difference. So, Eric, that's my time for today. Back to you, friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Some great tips here. Wow. This is getting better and better and better this morning. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, now we're going to go all the way to Britain, to our good friend who is the marketing expert among us. He's known as the fame expert. So he actually makes you famous, right? And he has helped me tremendously to meet a lot of people on LinkedIn. Speaking about financial freedom, and I've made a lot of money from it too, by the way. So I just put it out there because there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with making money, especially if you're helping people, right? That's what we do. We help people. So I'm gonna send it out to a guy that helps a lot of people. In fact, he does so many meetings. I don't even know if he sleeps. Maybe we can find out if he actually sleeps, because he helps people all day, including the midnight, including at nighttime. So Eddie, maybe you'll tell us how you sleep. Eddie Asa, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Look, Eric, of course I sleep. I have to sleep. I don't sleep enough. I'll say that. And the reason is because of our topic today. I have to say this right now. Let's not kid ourselves, my friends. So from when I was young, I realized I wanted financial freedom. That's not just words. That's a thing, right? And I guess my biggest motivations was, I had an Uncle Vasco. He had all the Mercs, all of them, Jeep down to the 2-door Mercs in gold, all of them. I'm like, Uncle Vasco, how do you do that? I never knew how he did it. My granddad also, was a Secretary of State or Minister for Health in Nigeria, right? So he's in the hospital, so he had money, real money. So I couldn't grow up without giving my family the same thing that we had when we were kids, right? That's my why. That's what drives me. Now I'll say this, my friends. Say Queen Leah giving you some great tips. Amberly gave you even more great tips as well. This is a real conversation. Let's be honest with ourselves, my friends. If you want to create financial freedom, it's going to take you a lifetime, like it or not, because you're still alive, right? If you're not spending, you have to be earning. If you're not earning, you're spending. And that equation never changes every day. You have to keep building. So look, for me, saying that once I knew what I wanted, my plan started when I was 16. And that was to earn more than I spend. Amberly said it very well. You have to have a budget, right? And your budget must include spending less than you earn. It just must. If you're spending more than you earn, no, it's not going to happen. Unless you get you can get lucky. You can marry a rich man or a rich woman. That might help you. You can pray to God, and He might throw money at you one day, right? No, I mean it sincerely. You have to truly believe that you can get wealthy. You can. But for most of us, it takes hard work. It takes that word that many people seem to be scared of, Queen Leah, called success. Success. You have to be successful. You get money when you're successful. When you create something that people want. When you give people what they want, as Eric just said. Really, if you can give people if you can create something that gives people what they want, that really helps people, they will pay you good money. If you are lucky, that might build so much money into your account that you have financial freedom. You have more money than you can spend. Basically, that's financial freedom, right? Let's define it. No, for me, I put a number on it. I think it helps to put a number on it. My number is £1 million a year. For at least 10 years. I'm saying that's what I work towards. And the next question you have to ask yourself, my friend, is how? How am I going to do this? How am I going to make £1 million? Whatever your number is, how am I going to do it? Yeah, but be intentional. Don't play this silly game that some people play. Oh, money is not important. Money is important. Are you going to leave your family with bills or with will? Which one? Take your pick. Take your pick. It's not rocket science, right? I'd rather leave my family with wills than bills. It's not a cool look to leave your family with bills. It's just not, right? You can do it. I mean, many people do this every day, right? And so how are you going to be different? What are you going to do differently? Set your goal and be willing to work towards it. Almost every day. That's a secret, my friends. Working a job is not going to make you rich. It's not going to make you successful. It's just not. Because you're paying the tax man more than you're getting paid yourself. But like it or not, do the maths. It's not rocket science, right? I work this out. So that's why I run my own business. But as well as running my business, Amberly mentioned multiple income streams. You're going to have to find the right income streams that really do make your money. That give you business, it makes your money grow. Right? Are you going to do investments? Are you going to do partnerships? Are you going to create a business? What are you going to do? Right? Take this serious. This is your biggest job in life, if you ask me. This is the only thing I've done since I was 16. Like I say, to do that, I've owned property. I've run a business. I've done big time jobs, and I've built relationships with people who can help me grow my money. You have to get serious about this. Look, you can try and work it out yourself. You fail. My biggest success, the reason I can relax, because I'm getting towards that goal that I set myself, is someone called Leah. Everyone needs a Leah. My financial advisor, he's my best friend. He gives me advice that no one else can. And it grows my money exponentially. That's what you need, right? He doesn't. I say, I got money in shares. I got money, that grows every day. And don't spend that money. Don't spend that wealth if you're trying to put it away. Mix that with everything that Leah and Amberly have said: life insurance, pension, will. All these things count, right? In the end, when you die, you're gonna have more than you're spending. Yay! Let me leave it there, Rick. I could talk all day about this, but this is our biggest mission in life, my friends. Take it seriously. Start now. Start today.
Wow. And you gave us some great tips. Thank you so much. Wow, this is powerful. This is powerful. Some of the points that I had that I want to share, some of you have already shared it, and that's great because I'm going to say it again because that's how important it is. That's how important it is. So, first of all, I was just thinking, we take our car to the mechanic or to Jiffy Lube or wherever we go to get oil changes, right? Because we want to make sure that it's in good shape, right? Just to check it out, see what's happening with that, right? So we take care of our car, right? We take care of our house, right? We make sure it's clean, right? We make sure the house is clean. We take care of our computers, right? I think I have McAfee or something on here to make sure, don't have viruses, right? We take care of everything. But a lot of people don't take care of their financial well-being, which is most important, which funds everything, right? It funds everything, right? So that's important. So I'm going to give you 5 tips real quick on this. And I couldn't have given you this 20 years ago or 25 years ago because I was, I think I was doing what Amberly said. Yeah. like I was all over, right? I didn't really know. I was just looking for things that made me look good. Right. I spent the most money on the nicest car, but then I'll find it. I was like, okay, now how do I pay for this every month? Right. So the things have changed now. I'm more mature with my money. So 5 tips. Number 1 is you have to create a vision for yourself and your family. Right. You have to have a plan. Well, if you don't have a plan, it won't work out. You'll end up 85, 90 years old, sitting on your bed on your last days, think, okay, what did I do? Like, I don't have any money. My family's going to have to, they're going to have to pay all my debt, right? So you don't want to do that, right? So you have to have a vision for where you want to go. How much do you actually need? Like, some people don't want to be millionaires. It's okay. But how much do you need? You have to have extra. You can't have just what you need, right? So have a plan for your family. Number 2 is, this one sounds very elementary, but it's very important. So I won't even tell you the topic. I'll explain it and then tell you the topic. A lot of people, they're nervous about, tariffs or interest rates or inflation or recession, right? These words we hear every day on the news. And what it does is it cripples us. It stops us from doing anything. And people say, well, I'm just going to wait it out, next 4 years, see what happens. Like, let me tell you something. Nobody's coming to save you anyway. It doesn't matter who you voted for. None of that. Nobody's coming to save you. Even the person you voted for. They're not coming to save you either, right? So here's the thing. Instead of focusing on the negative, I wonder how much eggs will be next week. Instead of focusing on that, make more money. I know, I said it. Just make more money, right? Don't rely on the job. The job is fine. Okay. I had a job for many, many years. It's fine. But make more than that. Find you have a skill, you have an ability to create wealth outside of a job. When I learned that, it changed my life. Right? You have the skills and ability to make wealth outside of a job. So start doing it. And if you're doing it and you're not serious, get serious. Right? You'll be amazed that you can make more with your business than your job. If you don't think you can, trust me, you can. Right? So that's what you want to do. You want to make more money and stop just worrying about the little money you have. Make more. All right. I can't get into all of those, but I'll give you an example. One lady who came to speak on my stage, her and I were talking. She's a great speaker, but she didn't have an offer. Like, she didn't have a course or anything to help people when she finishes speaking. I said, well, we got to create one for you. So now she has a course, she has a coaching program, right? She has ways for her to monetize what she does. She already had it in her head. She just needed someone to help her to bring it out, right? All right. So that's very important. Like I said, make more money. Number 3 is protect you and your family with insurance. You have to. Don't look. You know about this, so don't. So you can't say you didn't know about this, right? You know about this. At least on this call, you do. You have to. Yeah, I've had so many experiences where I just know insurance is. Look. I remember when my dad passed away, and they gave my mom a check, right? For all those years she was paying insurance, right? It's hard to lose a loved one, but it feels better at least when the money is not an issue, right? Um, Also, you're talking about a will, and you have to have a will. Oh my goodness. I've heard of people that get married and then they get divorced. Well, wait, they get married and then let's say they break up, they're not divorced, and then they find somebody else now, they're with their new person, their loved one, they pass away, and the old wife or the old husband gets all the money. And they're like, well, that's not fair. Well, that's life. If you didn't do anything, right? It's fair because you didn't do anything. You didn't put a will in place. You didn't do anything, right? So everybody on this call must have a will. You have to have a will. Even if you don't have to be rich to have a will. Have a will. Okay, that's important. Get insurance, right? Get insurance. Life insurance is important. It safeguards your family's financial future. Okay. And a lot of times people say, well, Eric, I don't know where to go to do this. Well, guess what? You can't say that anymore because you can go to Leah Garcia. I recommend her. Okay. I recommend her. You have some place to go. Find out about it. Even if you're not sure, don't like, well, I'm just going to go on ChatGPT. Stop that. Go to the expert. Okay. Stop that. Go to Leah and she will hold you by the hand and help you out. All right. So protect your family with insurance. That's number 3. Number 4 is spend less than you make. I know you're going to say, well, Eric, that's common sense. Well, most people don't do it. Spend less than you make. My goal is to spend no more than 50% of what I earn, right? And obviously, as you make more money, you can, have goals like that. But spend less than you make, because there are some people they make 200,000 a year. It sounds great, but they spend 250,000 a year, which means they're broke at a high level. They're broke at a high level. Yeah. So just because you got a raise, just because you make more money, doesn't mean you have to buy that new house or buy a better car, right? Right? Spend less than you make. At least 50% is I live off of 50% of my income. All right. And then lastly is, I think Amberly said it, Leah may have said it, and Annie may have said it. Educate yourself, right? Financial literacy is important. I'm not a financial expert, but I know a lot about it because I surround myself with financial experts, with the Leahs of the world, right? So education is very important. I mean, it's so important. Like years ago, I didn't know that you can get life insurance and, and it can help you if you, let's say you get into some kind of health scare or you can't work anymore, they can actually pay out money for you before you die. I didn't know all of that. Somebody educated me, right? Educated me. So health, you want just like you get your education from your doctor with your health, you need a financial strategist. Leah is a perfect financial strategist. All right. So that's what I want to share. That's what I wanted to share, and we can keep moving here. We can keep moving. Welcome, Paulette. Good to see you, Paulette. Akin, good to see you. Oh my goodness, we have so many people jumping on. Lisa, welcome. Good morning. Wow. We have so many people on here. I appreciate all of you from all over the world. Roberta from Portugal. Good to see you, Roberta. Ardelia. Man, we have so many people. All right. So we're going to get to questions. We are going to get to your questions, and let me pull them up. If you do have a question, just type question and then put in your question. All right. So Paulette has a question. Okay. 1 second. Okay, good. All right. So how does one's financial freedom okay, wait a minute. When people refuse to take action today because they have excuses, for example, I will start next year. I got bills. I can't afford it. All right. I don't know if I understand that question. I don't know if I understand that question. I will start next year. I got bills. I can't. Oh, I guess it's excuses. I guess, yeah, I guess it has to do with excuses. Leah understands it. So Leah put up her hand. Go ahead, Leah. Explain it to me.
Yes, this is a great question. So Paulette is another incredible financial strategist, insurance professional. And so I think she's asking this question as in she's trying to help people, but then they give excuses why they can't do it. Give me a 1, Paulette, if I'm on track. So, what I do when people do that to me, because it happens to me too, is I just talk to more people. There are always going to be people that are going to make excuses. And I said it in my talk is a lot of times people will say, well, let me clean the house before you come over. Like, what are you doing? No, you may be making more messes by trying to clean the house because you're working from what your knowledge that you know. So just keep talking to people, Paulette. You have a good heart. You know what you're doing. And you're just probably just got to talk to more people. And I promise you, it will start to fall in. And those people, by the way, will start to come back too. Okay, I was on track. Okay, thank you, Paulette. It's a great question.
Yes, she gave you a 1. Everybody, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to add that I think this goes for any area of your life, whether you are looking to implement a new fitness strategy or whatever it is, financial fitness, whatever it is that you're doing in life, unless this person sits in it and they're ready to make a change, they are not going to do it. It needs to feel so hard and painful in order for people to no longer want to sit in that space. And that is okay. Just like what Leah said, you move on and you talk to the next person. And I would even go as far as, hey, listen, I can see right now it's really hard for you. When you're ready, I'm here. When you're ready to make that move, you let me know and we will walk hand in hand, and you are not alone. But I just want you to know that there are people that care and want to see you succeed. And who knows, you never know what that relationship might build from, because you weren't pushing, you were just showing up in love and kindness and compassion for that person. So back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Annie.
Okay, great question. I mean, you can't force people. And if you know how many people I see every day who give you that old waffle, I don't need money. Money is not important to me. You're like, really? Really? So I don't work in money. I work in marketing, which I guess is linked to money somehow, right? I help you make money, as you said, Eric. I think people need to understand the truth. All I ever do is tell them the truth. Same as we're sharing today. The truth is what it is. If you want to build that wealth, everything we said today applies. Watch the replay, my friends, if you missed it, right? But literally, take it seriously. Get started. Create something beautiful. Create something that people need. And get a financial advisor. Really. If someone's not listening, what can you do, right? I just keep telling them the truth. And sometimes I do argue with them. I'm like, no, you're delusional. Really. Don't lie to yourself. And don't lie to me either. If you don't want it, say you don't want it. As Leah said, I go to someone else, right? But literally, until they're ready, they won't do anything until they really commit. Have that vision, Eric said. Have that vision. And Amberly, I love what your point. Make sure, when it hurts, they'll come to you. It has to really hurt to not do it. The moment comes to everyone, my friends. So, Paulette, bide your time. Just keep telling them the truth. Eventually, they'll get it, and then they'll come to you.
Awesome. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, I love what you said, Amberly, is that always professionally disengage, right? Always treat them with kindness and respect. Give them some information, bring value, and continue to bring value. And I promise you, Paulette, they will come back to you. People always come back. But it's like they shared is that they have their time frame, right? It has to get really painful. Someone has to get diagnosed close to them. Somebody has to pass away. Somebody has to have something devastating. And then that kind of wakes them up. So just keep being your wonderful you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, many of my clients over the years who did not sign up the second I spoke with them. Like I've had people call me a year later, 2 years later, say, Eric, I'm ready now. Right. So don't think that because they say no now, it means no forever. Things change. Look, I'll tell you something. This is very funny. I had a lady I was talking to once, and she was interested in my offer, and we're on a Zoom, and she whispers in the Zoom, and she says, I'm about to get divorced. When I get divorced, I'll call you back. He's in the other room. I'm like, I don't want to cause a problem, right? But she wanted to do it, but obviously she was with someone that didn't want her to do it, right? So but she was open to me with me, right? Some people wouldn't tell me that. Like I was shocked that she said that. And she called me like 2 years later and said, okay, he's gone. Let's do this. Right. So my point is people have different times for doing things. Right. People have different, and guess what? And if they never come back, that's okay too. Because you need people, but you don't need any particular person. Write that down somewhere. You need people, but you don't need any particular person. If you talk to 10 people today and they all say no, you can still be a millionaire. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Right? Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? So you need people, but you don't need any particular person. So don't let anybody discourage you from what you're doing. All right, so let's go to the next question. We have a great question here from Ardelia. Okay, what was the most uncomfortable financial decision you have made, and how did it benefit you and your business? Oh, good question. Good question. She's getting us to think this morning. All right. Anybody? I have one. Okay, good. We got two. I think Amberly was quicker. She was like boom, and then yeah. This
Okay.
is auction. Go ahead.
So Benny and I, we sat down and you guys, we had to have the hard conversation, right? And I'm going to give you guys the number. This is how bad it was. We were over $100,000 in debt. Okay, that I don't know about you guys, but that's enough to scare the pants right off me. Like I'm sitting here in my birthday suit. It's just scared, you guys. And we knew we needed to make change. And that's what we did, because we knew that God did not want us to sit in this space because it was so icky. And we did it in less than, I think it took us a little over 2 years. And you guys, we worked hard. We sold, if it wasn't nailed down, y'all, we were selling it. We were like bargaining. Hey, listen, this, $10 or $50 and whatever it was, we put it towards the debt. We put it towards whatever, we put it towards all of it. And a little over 2 years. Now, I know our situation's a little bit different, but we worked very, very hard. And there were no extras. There's no couple Chick-fil-A's here and there and all this stuff. I mean, you guys, we were really intentional. And I think that is the point I'm trying to make. It was so uncomfortable, and that benefited our movement to take action now. And that way I could be comfortable in my business. Benny could be comfortable going to work each day and saying, okay, we have a plan. We know where we're going. We know what we're doing. It feels so much better. And I will tell you, it feels so good to be healthy, but it feels so good to not have credit card debt and car debt and all of that stuff. You guys, it feels so good. And when you get that chance to feel that, oh, there's no going back. Back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. All right. Now, Leah.
Yeah, that was so brilliant, Amberly, because what people don't realize is that debt is like a backpack full of weights that you're carrying around. It really is. It changes the way that you look and think about things. So that was such a great point. For me, the most uncomfortable decision I make, because it's not in the past, it's like currently and all the time, is investing in my business and resisting the temptation to invest in things like cars and all of those kinds of things, right? Because that's the best investment that I can make is into my future and into my business. So those are difficult decisions, but so many people get wrapped up by trying to impress people that they don't even know, right? Keeping up with the Joneses. And what does that do? I mean, nobody cares what your car looks like. They don't care. If you show up for lunch, they're great to see you, right? And the people who care, we don't want them in our life anyway. So that's a phenomenal question.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Go ahead, Annie.
Oh, there's so many things I could pick on. I think, but Leah, I think I agree with you. Running a business, it takes money to make money. Sorry, my friends. There's no other way, right? Yeah, you have to put a lot of money in. So I guess my story, I've been in business now 11 years. For 8 of those years, I didn't make money. I made money. I had clients, but I didn't make money. I spent, I didn't have enough coming in at all. In the last 3 years, I've found a way to make money, right? And so in all that time, Odelia, I'm asking myself, my wife's saying to me, go and get a job. I'm like, no, I'm going to make this work. Are you thinking, goodness me, can I really? Can I? But I had to focus and I had to find ways to make money. And the answer in the end is what it is where I am now, which is I've got a service that people need. It's a high value service, publishing books, and that is what has made my business, my life essentially so different. Is that now I can do good work, clients are happy, they pay happily, and they pay handsomely. That's my story basically. That's where I am today. And that's why I work so damn hard.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's a great question. For me, no doubt is the money I have spent on coaching, masterminds. I've spent a lot of money, and it's worth it. It's all worth it, right? Well, some of them weren't worth it, but some of them were. I'm just being honest, right? Don't think it's going to be perfect, right? The biggest one is I paid a lady in Ireland. I think it was 15,000. I forgot, maybe 15, 20. Anyway, it was a lot of money to learn how to put on events that are profitable. And that gave me an idea for studiospeaking.com. That gave me an idea for my business, right? So did her coaching make money for me? Absolutely. It started my whole entire business, right? So yeah. So some things will be a home run, right? Right, Leah? That was a home run for me, right? I feel like I owe her money. I feel like I should send her a check for $50,000, right? Right? It was a home run for me, but some of them weren't, right? So that's it. But for me, I just believe, in moving forward, you have to spend money to move forward. It's, you can't say I want a free business and I'm not going to spend any money. Then you're not going to make any money. You got to spend something, right? So yeah. All right. So we have like 15 minutes. I just want to share with you a new ebook that I wrote. 100 ways for you to generate leads and sales. 100 different ways. I put it in the chat. Last time I put it in here, I had a lot of people that downloaded the book. Feel free to download the book. It's absolutely free. 25 years of my experience to help you get more business. And it's absolutely free. Just click on that. You'll see it there. All right. So let's go on to the next question. And at that time, I would like Leah and Amberly to share what they do as well and how they can help you in your business. All right. So let's go here. And it's okay. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. So the next question is there a common money mistake that people make and how can it be avoided? the common money mistake? And Leah can't wait to jump on that. Go ahead, Leah.
Oh my goodness, this is a wonderful question. So I would say there's three things that come to mind. Number one is, and I talked about at the beginning, right? The first layer of your wall of wealth, looking at the proper health insurance when we're younger, and then when we're starting to get older, about long-term care. That's where I see people that they will end up squandering or having to pull out money, sell houses, sell their Bitcoin and all that because they don't have the proper health insurance. Secondly is thinking that there will be a point in time when they don't need life insurance. Folks, life insurance does a lot of different things outside of paying your beneficiaries. It absolutely does that, but there's a lot of living benefits that you can take advantage of. And number three is not having a current and properly funded living trust. In the US, a lot of people talk about a will, but we really need both, which is a will and a living trust. They work together. And if you set one up 10 years ago, this is what I see. I have it, but they set it up 10 years ago, or they never fund it. They never put anything into the trust. So those are the three biggest mistakes that I see the most common that people come to me when they haven't done those things. So great question. Easy way to reach out to me. My QR code right here. You can actually download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth, my one-page financial plan. It's what your financial guru doesn't have the courage to tell you, right? We're going to peel back that onion, pull back the curtains. And also easy for you to get my smart link. I'll put in the comments. It's leahgarcia.io, leahgarcia.io, and hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you. And I grabbed that book. It's incredible. The one pager. And the IO, man, I don't know why you did that. I need to do one like that. You guys just click on it just to see how beautiful it looks, okay? Just to see how beautiful it, click on it. All right, everybody, go ahead.
So first of all, I'm not a tax or a financial guru by any means. If you all need to talk to Leah about that, but I will say one common money mistake, because Ben and I took a class that we actually ended up teaching at our church, and one thing that I saw a lot of people do is they take the if they have several bills, they'll take the one with the largest interest rate. Now, I know a lot of people, they think that that is the way to go, but what we did is we took the smallest bill first, because we wanted to be able to celebrate a win and have something that we've accomplished already under our belt, right, to get us momentum. And that was something that really, really worked for us. So if you have several things that you are looking to take care of, and again, you guys, I am not the all-knowing, all-being, but you need to be able to celebrate the wins, and you have to be able to have little wins along the way. So find your smallest bill and write everything down, because once you start, you have that bill underneath your belt, then it kind of snowballs, right? And you really start building momentum, and then you're knocking several things out at once, and you're able to celebrate. You guys can reach me on any platform. You can find me under my name, especially on LinkedIn as well. Connect with me. Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about how you're connecting with people. You guys, here at Promptings, we just launched a digital product called Acts. You can literally send an act to someone immediately. Let's talk about how you can show up for your clients and customers immediately now. Again, please reach out to me. I'd love to learn how I can bless and serve you. Back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Annie. Do you remember the question? I took it off there.
Biggest mistakes people make when it comes to money, right?
Yes.
I suppose the first one said that what drives me crazy is people who, like I said, who are in denial. I don't want money. Money's not important. I don't think about money. I'm saying if you don't, you're not going to make money. Let's start there, right? So this money making, this wealth building, especially when it comes to financial freedom, you need to think about it. Like anything that you want to be successful in life, you need to think about it. Focus. Think about it all day, every day. Because ideas come to your head, right? That's a simple thing. You get ideas. Some are good, something you have to implement. The second thing that I say people get woefully wrong is they think they can. They think there's a get rich quick scheme out there somewhere. I've fallen for that as well, and I've lost thousands of pounds on bitcoins, or not bitcoins, on crypto, thinking I can make money quick. There's no get rich quick scheme. Sorry about that. In building wealth, you have to talk to financial advisor again and have a proper plan. That is the only way. I spoke to mine the other day, and he said, I want to invest more money and I'm going to buy, he's like, no, you can't have the money. You can't invest in crypto. You know what? 3 months later, the scheme fell down. I lost $5,000. I'm saying that's money, right? So don't get that. Listen to your financial advisor. Get one. And you can't go wrong. Nothing else is going to work. Sorry about that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Find me on LinkedIn, my friends. I'm always, LinkedIn is my home. LinkedIn is where I spend my time. Just put my profile up. I'd love to know what you do. I'd love to meet you, and I'd love to learn more about your business.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, if I could just give a shameless plug, I do have the Wall of Wealth for Children coming out, and you're going to be seeing little tidbits here from Magic Maverick and his money moments. Yes, you are. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We got to start financial literacy with our kids young. So I wanted to just shout myself out. Thank you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you. And we'll end with a question which relates to what you said. I just saw 4 people downloaded my ebook. Congratulations to you. And if you haven't downloaded it yet, I just put it in the chat. 100 ways to market your business. 100 ways. All right. So we're going to end with this question, which relates to what Leah just said from Coral. Do you have any tips or advice to talk to children about money in a way that sets them up for success? So we have 5 minutes. So anybody that wants to share, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, I would say talk to them about money and teach them the rule of compound interest, the rule of 72, how it can work for them to grow their money, but also how can it work against them when it comes to debt, like interest rates and interest payments. Great question. Thank you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you. Amberly, go ahead.
So just to let you guys know, every time that we paid something off, we involved the girls. They helped us put the numbers in the computer. We showed them everything that we were doing, and they were able to see what we did. And they went over the budget, and we made little envelopes up for each and every time throughout the week, what we had available. So just to let you guys know, the more you involve your kids, they're like sponges. They will understand what money really truly means.
Yes, very good.
Of course, I want to speak.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I was about to send a link to Paulette. I'll send the link in a second to your document, Eric. It looks great, I gotta say. I guess honesty with my kids. That's what I do. I'm very honest. I guess the greatest lesson I think I can give them is the ability to dream, to believe in reality, that they can be successful. They can build that financial freedom for their family when their time comes. And I guess I show them, and I show my kids what I do, and I try and get them to really understand it starts now. Everything we've said today is the truth, right? So I have to tell my kids that as well. And Eric, look, let's not lie. This making money starts when we're kids. That's the truth, right? The sooner we start, we can be millionaires by 30 in the US, the way your money works. I just tell mine that truth, and thankfully they listen. I'm not saying they're rich, but I'm saying that they're trying, right?
Yes. Awesome. Yes, we have to start when they're little. For my kids, I just let them know you have to earn everything, right? That is not just going to give you money. So they know they have to work. One of my son, I think when he was, 10 or something, 11, there's a girl in his class, he wanted to give her something for her birthday. So he said, Dad, I want to give her something for her birthday. I said, okay. He said, well, can you give me money? I said, no, I don't know her. No, you got to work. You earn the money, and then you can give her something. He said, okay, so what can I do? So I gave him a chore to do. And when he completed it, I gave him money. Then he went to buy something for her. So he realized that, okay, if I want to accomplish something, if I want to do something, I have to work for it. right. So yeah, so that's how it works. Right. And then get them to read good books. So there's a book called The Slight Edge. Okay, it's by a guy named Jeff Olson. Slight Edge. He wrote another one for teens, Slight Edge for Teens. It talks a lot about compound interest and things of that nature. That is an incredible book. I got my sons to read that book, The Slight Edge. It basically shows you how you can change your life, by just doing simple little things, and it gives you that slight edge. And so that's a book I recommend for anybody. The Slight Edge, and then Slight Edge for Teens. All right, so that brings us to 8 a.m. We are done for the day. Congratulations for all of you that are here today, for being on our show. I know you learned a lot. So definitely share this link with other people. Okay, you want other people to see this. I appreciate all of you being on here. And again, thank you so much to our panel of speakers for taking time out of their day to be here with you. All right, it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be here with you today. See you next time, 7 a.m. next week, Monday morning. All right, bye-bye.